Buenos Dias Gunners Collective. Back at it, you already know. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Órale. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Like a motherfucking ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Like a motherfucking smack addict. Bye-ya. Bye-ya. Bye. Órale, as you can tell by that thumbnail, that said Mr. Capone. Trip out on this, right? I thought that if for no other reason I should touch on the situation because it's gone too far. It's rather unbecoming of someone of Mr. Capone's status to be going back and forth with a frivolous ass character like SP Molester, right? Now trip out, as you can tell by that thumbnail, you see SPM, and you see Mr. Capone, right? And a lot of people are going to be like, well, Gun, why do you got 2 cents to put in? Because I looked in my pocket and I had 2 pennies, right? Fuck it, I'm going to put it in, homes. And I'm going to tell you right now, watching YouTube, being a fan of YouTube, being a participator with the YouTube platform, there's some things that are just, you just don't touch on, okay? And when I see an individual that I respect, an individual's music who I bump, someone who I know, regardless of what people say, there's a lot of haters, man, that don't like Mr. Capone a lot, right? A lot of people that say, why you bump that vato? That vato ain't even Mexican. He ain't Mexican, ese. And neither is Too Short, but I bump him too, right? I don't care about none of that. What I care about is the quality and the product and what he's bringing, right? I like the music. I've always liked high-powered music, even back in the days when they were like, Buster this and Buster that. I was like, is that right? 114%? Is it? Well, guy, right? I was doing my thing. But at the same time, in a menudo style direct fashion, I have a message for Mr. Capone. Simon, I do. Right? I do. And this is my message. Fuck SPM, ese. Straight up. You got the right ways of thinking. You got the right mindset. I fucking totally agree. I'm not even going to lie. There's no ways around it, right? That vato is what he is. He can never stop or change that. He can never shake that tail, okay? People may say what they want about me. Going, you're no good. I said, fuck you in the hood, right? But one thing they can never say is that I touch children. Or that I've ever been caught up in a situation like that. That ain't me, yes, right? But that definitely is SPM. I don't give a fuck how good he can rap. I don't care if he's the king of this, or he ran that, or back in the late 80s, early 90s, that motherfucker had the voice of an angel, vato. I don't care about none of that, right? To me, that vato's like Will Ferrell and Step Brothers, bro. He can sing all right, but he ain't shit. Period. Okay? So I've been seeing this back and forth with Mr. Capone, a couple of his homeboys, and this Vato SPM, and I you know, as I go on, and I'm a subscriber to Mr. Capone. If you ain't subscribed, man, subscribe to that Vato. That Vato, he's got some stories, right? And he's a legit dude. But when you go onto his page, you know, I used to go onto his page and see some shit, you know, kind of catch up on where he was going, where he was touring, what was going on with him and his gente, and you know, I like to know the enemy of that, but at all times, right? Anyway, so I'm watching. But what starting to flabbergast me and starting to trip me out is every single fucking video, every video is about SPM back to back and slandering SPM's character. You ain't got to do that, bro. He already did that for you. See, when you're here, SN, Vato's there, stay here, homie. The more that you give that Vato shine and limelight, you're starting to do that. Watch out. Now, I'll never put you on the level of a weirdo. Ain't gonna happen. Unless you get caught up in a bad case and Spence on la tira. But I don't see that one coming. That's it. You represent Los Angeles. You represent the gente. Regardless of what you are, Holmes. But he ain't Mexican. I don't give a fuck, Big Happy. He represents, Holmes. You know what I mean? Entiendes, Mendes? And that's it. That's all that matters. That's all that should matter. Now, this motherfucker SPM don't represent nothing but himself, Holmes. He's sitting there in a little caja in a box, Holmes. After 20 fucking years, and he's still the same OG. He's still the same old fucking puto. The same old weirdo that got caught up with weirdo charges, right? Now, the shit don't stop. We all know the historia. We all know the history. Those that are real righteous and that push in the game and that listen to his music, right? We know. You can't change it, man. So I heard a phone conversation. I'm flipping through the airwaves. I'm looking at the channel, Capone channel, and there's a video that you drop into where it's one of your homeboys. You guys are at some highness house, Carolina or something like that. I don't know the specifics, right? But your homeboy, your younger homeboy, is going back and forth with SPM. First of all, I wouldn't even entertain that conversation. I would have answered the phone. He'd have been like, "Hey, what's up? Is this Caroline? Does it sound like Caroline? She got my peep on her mouth. Trip out, Holmes. Fuck you, puto." And boom, I'd have hung up and I would have pushed on from there. I'd have had that motherfucker wondering, pulling his hair out. Fuck it. That was my hyena. That was your hyena. Today she's mine. Right? I would have did that. To go back and forth with the character, with the characteristics such as SPM, man, it only brings you down to his level. There's no get backs from that. I don't care, man. I'm a firm believer in that. The paperwork is there. The black and white is concrete, Holmes. It's there. Spencer Latira. I'm not here to wolf on SPM. There's going to be a lot of people in my DMs, a lot of people in my motherfucking comments. Hey, fuck you, SPM's a good rapper. And he also touches children. So how does that equate? Okay, I'll hold. You explain to me how that is even on the same plane or the same playing field, homie. Hey, that was a good ass football player. Well, this ain't football. This is baseball, homeboy. Can the batero? Well, I don't know. I know he can run around the bases. Yeah, bitch, but can he hit? That's the question here. Okay, these are two different types of things going on here. You got Capone, who's a rapper nowadays, who's put a foundation down for his people and done a lot of things in the game. You might like him or not like him. But one thing you can't pin on him is a fucking jacket. That's it. You can't put that type of jacket on him. Now, SPM sitting there arguing back and forth with this young man talking about, hey, I run Texas. You don't run. The wind's blowing. Spence, I say you don't run Texas. Those that do run Texas, I'm sure they agree. They ain't fucking with no molester, Holmes. I say it straight up. I'm not going to sugarcoat shit or add preservatives to this. I don't fuck with you, and there's a lot of other like-mindedness individuals that don't either. You done heinous crimes. Do we need a recap? For those of you youngsters that are like, but I don't give a fuck. He's good at rapping. Okay, well, yeah, he's also good at doing other things too. Things that we shouldn't even discuss. But let's just take it back. Let's look at some facts here. This man was pulling up to a fucking middle school, homeboy, a junior high school, to pick his baby mama up. Sit down here. Let me give you some knowledge you can't get in college. Let me explain that to you. How that sounds to me, a grown man, 40-something years old. I dropped my daughters off at the middle school, homeboy. All right, mija. Hey, wait, what are you looking at, eh? No, sir. I was just wondering. Now, you're wondering too much, Holmes. You know what I mean? Don't wonder, eh? You know what I mean? It's going to be it's going to be the last day in hell you wonder. Don't even wonder, I said. Just walk that way, and you walk that way. Mija, come here. You see that vato there? That vato there, he's the big bad wolf. You're Little Red Riding Hood. I don't want him to eat you. The way it works, you go to school, he goes that way. I'll watch him, you watch me watching him, and we're all good. It's like Casino. And the eye in the sky watches us all, right? That's it. Period. This vato was pulling up, all right, babe, to the middle school at 20-something years old, dropping his old lady off. Now, there's going to be some of you, so what, Holmes? If she wants to be a puta, let her be a puta. Now your jefita's a puta. How about that? How about that situation, gente? That right there in itself, Holmes, lock it. Throw away the key, okay? That's only one of the allegations. I mean, that's facts. I mean, he had a kid with the hyena. So you can't knock that. It is what it is. No matter who wants to say or what wants to say or how they want to say it, that vato did bad. Okay? Now, there was other allegations of a 9-year-old and things of that nature. I don't even want to go that route. Okay? Were those unfounded? Were they real? I don't know. But when a man has several instances where there's always young people involved, one never knows, does one? It only seems feasible that could be, quite possibly, a real, right? But I'm not going to put that on his lap. He likes younger things anyways. Anyways, now trip out. Having a kid with the young hyena man is despicable. It's not a mistake. Well, I thought she was 18. Oh, little toro. You always think they're 18, huh? That's always their excuse. You notice that? You notice that? Yeah, you notice too, huh? That's always their excuse. I say, well, I thought she was 18. Well, you motherfuckers are very unintelligent. You could rap good. Y'all motherfuckers are in the game, homes. You know how to fucking put your calzones on, we think, right? But you never know how old the hyena is. Because you're maniacos. Because you don't care, bro. Because you target those hyenas that look younger. See, you go that route. See, I was raised and indoctrinated a little bit different, homes. Spence on la tira, homes. I was told by my tios, hey, if she can't do nothing for you, she can't do nothing for you, right? There was no way I was going to fuck with a hyena my age or younger, homes. What are you going to do for me? I said, what have you done for me lately? Nasty. Nasty girl. I was on my Janet Jackson shit. I said, orderly, where did you come from, babe? I had to get on my shit because I didn't want to go the Michael Jackson route, I said, and be over there with Macaulay Culkin, Home Alone, right? I wanted to go the Janet Jackson route, I said, escapade, we'll have a good time. But she's going to pay for it. I said, if the honey didn't have a job, a nice Highland, a nice house, a car, at least 3 kids by 2 different guys, I wasn't touching it. You know what I mean? Sabes que pensan la tira. Because I already know there was 2 or 3 other guys that made mistakes before me, so sabes que I knew I was in. You know, she was of age. But when you see a young hyena, the chuta bararoni, she's the sweeter little girl. You're a weirdo. Orderly Bobby. That's my prerogative. I'm going to tell you like I want to tell you. You're weird. So for SPM and Capone to be going back and forth, Capone, why are you even entertaining this puto, homie? Don't entertain this fucking dude. The dude's a look at, you guys talk about PCKs. Hey, trip out, Holmes. I ain't never been on no fucking PC. I don't even know what that fucking, how to spell that, Holmes. You know, say what you want to say. Okay? I did my tiempo how I did my tiempo, Holmes. Say what you, say it with your motherfucking chest if that's what you want to say. Now that vato right there, the one you're bumping his tape this morning, that vato's a PCK. Oh, I was in the hardest prisons in Texas. Of course you were. In PC, protected custody, I say. They're saying, look at, you're a molester at that. You vatos don't walk the linea at all, period. Well, Gunner, you don't walk the linea, but I'll walk it, I say. The cops don't look in my file and it says fucking red alert, red alert. It doesn't say that. It says, ask this not if he wants to go to GP or not. Hey, Gunner, you want to go to GP? Well, see, because the way my GP game works, if you put me out there, put me in R&R, I'm going to take flight. I ain't going to be out there kicking it with the fucking homies like that because I already know they're going to feel some type of way about me, right? But I'm going to get off, homies. And it's not because I did weird crimes or it's not because of anything. It's because I beat a homeboy up, period. Okay? SPM, whole different level in this game. This motherfucker used to pull up to the middle school. Hey, tell your homegirl, hey, Beth, I said, what's up? She's like, oh, she's in the 6th grade. The 6th grade? Right? They're about to a weirdo. So anyways, back to Capone, man. I'm watching your channel, I'm seeing you go back and forth with this guy, tit for tat, tats for tits. And I'm here to tell you, man, don't do that. Don't do that, SC, you know what I mean? I mean, just don't, you don't have to take my word for it, you know what I mean? I'm sure I'm from up north, so you don't even listen, right? But at the same time, as a brown man to another brown man, okay? But he ain't Mexican, it don't matter, he's brown. He looks brown, right? From a brown man to a brown man, I'll say this. Don't do it, bro, because you're arguing with the guy who has no argument. Pay that motherfucker no never mind. Don't give him any shine. Tarnish that motherfucker. He sat in a cell for 20-something years, Holmes, with the fucking worst heinous case over your head you could have. Guys like that in prison in California, let me tell you something, Holmes, they get stepped on like cucarachas. Do you understand that they keep them motherfuckers very explosive? They keep them motherfuckers very away from people. Because if they happen to hit the wrong laundry room, they're going to get choked out with a pair of fucking white line pantalones. It's all bad. It's all bad. They can't do that. You know, if we were to sit there on the tira, and let me explain something to you, Capone. Let me put it in fucking in Sul terms, right? If you're on the tira, Holmes, if you're in the oil, and one of those fucking J-Cat weirdos comes in, Holmes, you're not allowed to bump baking soda breath, Holmes, and argue back and forth with that vato. This is all you can do. When he walks by, you get your mean mug on, right? You're not allowed to fraternize or bicker back and forth with this guy and argue. Now I understand this is not the pinta. Now I understand. Hold on, that was just you know what I mean. Let's look at it from that standpoint. Now, because eventually, Holmes, in the game you lead, you never know when you're gonna go, right? I'm just giving you game. Knowledge you can't get in college, that's it. But if looking at it from that, you know, that type of situation, if you're in the game, Holmes, if you're political, if you're fucking, you know, you're about your soul business, norte business, whatever, bulldog business, whatever the case may be, anybody, and I'm talking to everybody when I say this, you don't go back and forth with them motherfuckers. They're ghosts, that's it. They're not there. The moment that they get convicted on a crime like that, they cease to exist in the minds, the mentality of people. Fuck their music, Holmes. Hey, but the water can rap good. I don't know what to do. Put me in the literature. Put me in the literature. I don't care if he can rap good. Snap your fingers. Do the step. You know what I mean? So can Little John and the East Side Boys. They said, I don't fucking bump them. Let me tell you something, bro. It doesn't matter about how talented this individual is. When they chose to do something like that, they have become an outcast. They're an outcast. They're not, bro. You know, Mr. Wilson! Leave that motherfucker over there in the island with Mr. Wilson. That's it. Forever. Right? Don't give him no shine, because what you do is you start to make him relevant and get him buzzing, cousin. And eventually, if this vato does touch ground and get out, because in Texas it's different. You can get 40, 50 years, and I think it's like 3-4 months on a year. Correct me if I'm wrong. I can't call it right. And if this vato does touch fucking concrete again, you've kept his name relevant. Now, I know there's a lot of people that are going to say, oh, man, he's still fucking more known in the game than Capone could ever be. Yeah, more known for being a fucking weirdo. Straight up. You're right. You're absolutely right. He will never shake the scovijas. Hey, those motherfuckers will be warm, but rather itchy on him for the rest of his life. I don't care what anybody says. Well, you don't understand, man. There's a lot of innocent people locked up. You're right. I was locked up innocently. There is a lot of innocent people locked up. SPM. Look at, watch out. You're going to see this. Hey, fuck you, SC. You're not innocent, Holmes. The moment you pulled up to drop your fucking baby mama off to a middle school, innocent of that, you're guilty, Holmes. You don't understand. I've been locked up. You know, people always blame me. Yeah, you did it, Holmes. You pulled, that was your rafla. That was your seed right there. I have a beautiful son. Hey, mija, look, keep your son away from that vato. I don't trust him, right? I mean, I'm not going to put that on his shoulders, but then again, fuck him. You know what I mean? Anyway, so I've seen the back and forth between Capone, and all I can say is, stop focusing your attention on this guy, bro. He ain't worth it, man. Push on. If you're doing it for the views, or you're doing it just to clown on him because it's fun, it has been fun. I've seen some of the things, and you guys put him on blast. You guys did him dirty, and he deserves every bit of that. But at the same time, bro, your time and your energy can be more focused on your music, your talent, your people, your head films, and what you got going on. Now, who am I to fucking be giving you direction? I'm not nobody, bro, and don't take it that way. I'm a fan, Holmes. I like your music, eh? You know what I mean? And I think you're better than that shit. Now, as far as SPM, I got a message for you too. Fuck you. And it's always going to be like that with me, bro. I'm never going to promote your music. I'm never going to do none of that. Well, look, Gun, you're talking about him right now in the negative fashion. I don't care, man. But he's Mexican. Is he? One never knows, does one. He ceased to be Mexican the day he fucking caught a weird charge. Okay, that's a whole different classification of fucking people. He's an alien. He ain't fucking on our planet, Holmes. He ain't with us. We don't claim that, Holmes. We don't get down like that. Or maybe there are some places that do, but at the end of the day, man, not most of them, and not the real ones. You know? Can't do it. Can't call it like an alcoholic. All I can say is, man, that is my view on that whole situation, man. That phone conversation was funny as fuck. That fool was highly upset with the chick, huh? He was threatening the chick. He was like, you know, tell Caroline. Nah, bro, Caroline has peep on her mouth. Can you hear in the back? Listen closely. You can hear the fucking... She's double fisting over there. Let the fucking action commence, Holmes. You sit there and think about that middle school you arrived to, you weird motherfucker, right? No, Caroline is well, and I mean well taken care of over there, chilling con a gang of sureños during that motherfucker, like, they're over there. Fools are going wild, at Caroline's house. She's old enough though. You, on the other hand, you're sitting in your cell, for the last 20-something years with the fucking R on your fucking name. With the choke. I can't call it like an alcoholic. Anyways, with that being said, gente, I just needed to put that out there. Don't think I'm a negative motherfucker in the first thing in the morning. But I'm a real motherfucker first thing in the morning. Anyways, with that being said, I hope that you move smooth with a purpose. I hope that you get every single fucking thing in this world that you want coming to you. And remember, man, those of you that support SPM, hey, what can I say, Holmes? Look at the facts, I say. Look at the facts. Bang, bang. If you like this, please hit that like and subscribe with a thumbs up. If not, thumbs down. Heavy's going to be the head that wears the crown. One more thing again, man, Mr. Capone. A big fan of your music, big fan of your rhythm, Holmes. Big fan of the way you get down. Let this shit go, Holmes. Let it go. It ain't worth it, that's it. That fool's a fucking weirdo, homie. You already know North and South don't get down like that. Fuck that puto, Holmes. Weird ass motherfucker.